And we're back once
Welcome back.
again, y'all.
What's good?
All right, as we said earlier, we're about to go ahead and talk about the NFL. So, let's take it away.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we talked about the NBA and how the NBA has handled the NBA bubble and how great they've been. Now we're going to the NFL, and now they haven't been as great with things, and the pandemic in particular, man. So I want to know how you've heard about the NFL moving their opt out date up.
Yeah,
I just want to know how you feel about
you know, I'm so tired of the NFL and the Players Association because
Yeah.
they just do not have the relationship that you would love to see from those two organizations.
Right.
Like when you look at the NBA and Adam Silver
He does.
specifically, he's a players commissioner.
Yeah, he
And I
does great.
wish Roger Goodell would take that page out of his book because this is just so like insensitive and he doesn't really even think about, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
the players. This is a tough decision to make. An example I want to use real quick
Okay.
is Tre'Davious White,
Yeah.
and he was getting heat from fans, because he was deciding or thinking about opting out, even though he opted in.
Hmm.
He was thinking about opting out, and partially because of health reasons, but also his girlfriend's grandfather died from COVID. So this is a decision that takes some time. So
Right.
to force that deadline so soon upon these players, I think is extremely insensitive of the commission.
Yeah, it's very petty.
Extremely bad.
Yeah. I feel like they're doing it all because they're sort of worried if they're going to even have an NFL season. So they're sort
Yeah.
of pushing that date up and like, come on, make your decision now. Another person that is also caught heat from this Odell.
Hmm.
Saw he made comments of like, if I was, I wouldn't play, but he has opted in as well. So
Yep.
these players, they're very conscious of what they're making their decision, but they do understand they have to go and make their money.
Yeah.
Um, we just talked about Roger Goodell and how the NFL is sort of finicky right now. But there is
Yeah.
one person in the NFL that has been handling his business with grace.
Yes, sir.
I love to see him talk because he understands everything that's going on right now. The person I'm talking about is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers in the Jordan Love situation, man. And I just want to hear what you think about the whole situation
Okay.
just in general. Like,
What Stephen A say? Stephen A says he's a bad man,
yes, sir.
and he's showing that he's a bad man right now in the media, off the field.
Yeah.
Look, I love, no pun intended, the way that Aaron Rodgers has handled this situation.
Yeah.
He's really just being honest with the people and saying it is what it is, pretty much, because you know when you look at the facts, the Packers traded up to get Jordan Love, so it's the same thing that they did when Aaron Rodgers was replacing Brett Favre. So he knows he's been in this situation before. He knows that Green Bay does not see him as a long-term solution. Aaron, I still believe he's a top 5 quarterback.
That's why.
So, he feels like he has some years left.
Mhm.
And, I'm excited to see how he shows and proves that on the field as well as he's doing in the media. So,
Yeah, man. I love it. I love every time he comes on. He's just like, look at the facts, man. And being completely honest, completely transparent with how he feels and what he understands from what he's getting from Green Bay. I mean,
yeah,
I can't hate on him. And like you said, man,
still top 5.
yeah, like you said, top 5 quarterback still in the league, man. And his peers seem to agree with that. Everyone knows by the NFL 100, he's still a top 5 quarterback to his peers. But there are a few questions that I have to ask you about this NFL top 100s list.
Man.
I know you saw it, I saw it. We both had some finicky things that were going on with it. I just want to know what's your topics were.
Yeah.
What did you see?
I had 2 people that I thought were just egregiously misplaced.
Okay,
So, first one, I'm going to start on the offensive side of the ball
go ahead.
with Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen was rated the 77th best player in the NFL. You might be thinking, oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
No. When you look at the rest of the list and you see at 69,
Mm.
a man by the name of Larry Fitzgerald. Now, granted, he's a Hall of Famer,
Yeah,
but, I think he probably runs a 5 flat 40 now. I mean, the dude is old. He don't drop balls.
that's
He
true.
don't drop passes.
Right.
But he is not the receiver that Keenan Allen is.
He got
And
some
that's
busted knees. It's
point
okay.
blank period. Busted knees, man.
Yeah.
Point blank period. Now moving on to the defensive side of the ball, I want to talk about Marlon Humphrey.
Mhm.
The all-pro corner,
Right.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
So when you look at him, he was ranked at 89.
Ugh.
89. Okay. Let's see what other cornerbacks are ahead at 60th. Levi Wallace. What?
Yeah,
Levi Wallace, by no stretch of the imagination, is a better corner than Marlon Humphrey. It
I agree.
blows my mind.
Right.
That's all I gotta say. That was disrespectful. That's all disrespectful. Man.
Disrespectful. I understand that because I have my same sentiments are about what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes, who's the reigning Super Bowl champion and MVP, former NFL MVP, by his peers have been ranked the third best quarterback,
I love it.
fourth overall in the NFL. That's not bad, but to
I
say that
love
he's
it.
he's the third best quarterback behind Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson, I have some questions. I just want to know how. He's been in the league what 2, 3 years. He started 2 years, and 1 year he won the Super Bowl. The next year he went into the postseason.
He's
got behind in every game and brought his team back,
He's
even in the
alright.
Super Bowl.
He's
and you say
alright.
he's the third best quarterback?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, that's one. That's one thing that I was like, okay, all right, third best quarterback. I can let it go. But another thing is behind him. Well, no, yeah, behind him,
Hmm.
Aaron Donald.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
he's fourth in the NFL top 100. I don't think there's anyone in Aaron Donald's position that can beat him one on one.
Nobody.
And so
Nobody.
my gripe with it, he's fourth overall. I feel like he should be number one. Number one overall in the NFL should be Aaron Donald every year
I can get with that.
because no one else can hold him by themselves. There's no one that can stop him. Anybody else on that list, you can put someone next to. But besides Aaron Donald, there is no one that you can name
Not comparable.
that can compare to his productivity on the field. So those are my two big gripes
You know,
with the NFL.
when you look at this list, man, sometimes it almost feels like the NFL players don't watch football. But whatever.
It's really wild, and I just don't get it. I also don't get this. This leads into the next topic, I guess. I also don't get this thing with Cam Newton, man. Uh,
Mm.
he I know you guys have seen he signed with the Patriots for a 1 year deal, but now the Patriots have lost what 20 players?
Man,
No, like literally, I think it's like 10.
everybody gone.
Yeah, I think everyone left them though. Like I don't necessarily agree with what I'm seeing happen down in Boston, man. It's really crazy. Like
Yeah.
this is insane.
It's tough. It's gonna be a tough year for Cam Newton. If you go check out the Instagram page, like he made a video on the Nets, I made a video about why I think Cam Newton should have been signed.
Yeah.
That just shows you I'm a fan of Cam Newton, and I was hoping that he would be put in a situation to succeed and get a better contract for this upcoming year.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like they're putting or they're gonna have the pieces around him that are gonna allow him to succeed.
Mhm.
Marquise Lee is one player, on the offensive end that opted out.
Right.
On the other end, Dante Hightower's not playing.
Patrick Chung.
Patrick Chung's not playing, and that's gonna hurt because the Patriots are so defense heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm wishing the best for Cam in this season, but
Same.
the pieces around him do not look like they're ready to succeed.
Now I'm gonna get into a little conspiracy theory.
Here we go.
I'm gonna go down this road. You don't feel like, come on, you don't feel like Belichick is doing something like he ain't calling somebody, be like, hey, have you been thinking about taking off? Because if you want to take off, you take off.
I don't think he's trying to sabotage Cam. I don't think he got a vendetta against Cam.
I don't think he got a vendetta, but I'm not even saying he's sabotaging Cam. I'm saying he's sabotaging his team so they can get a better quarterback the next year and hopefully get a number one overall pick in Trevor Lawrence.
I think, everybody's like, oh, Bill wants Trevor. Bill wants Trevor. I don't think he would have signed Cam and given, the team a winning quarterback if he didn't want to win. That's just how I feel.
I think he's just doing this so he can have an excuse. I don't know. The Patriots. The Patriots don't mind cheating just a little bit. We've seen it, and we know that they just like, hey, okay, we'll pay the fine if we have to. But I don't know. It's just something that I question. So that's why I wanted to bring it up.
I got you.
But go ahead.
All right. Well, that's going to end it for this segment.
Yeah.
We are going to see you guys after this short break, and we're going to talk about the MLB because shoot, they might have handled the pandemic worse than NFL.
Man, Florida,
Yeah,
Florida.
that's all you can say about that. See you guys in a second.
All right.